we're all addicted to something, right? I mean, at least we're all addicted to breathing air and to drink water and eat food, right? Obviously, there is a big difference between those things that we are accustomed, the behaviors that we do that are not affecting the outcome, that are not affecting us and are not getting in the way of what we want. But a lot of times we do run into behaviors, into addictions that are in fact blocking us from the desired outcome. So I want to share with you some basic information that we need to know in order to work on our own addictions. One is the fact that most of the addictions are linked to self-devaluation, depreciation. Like, I don't value my experiences, I don't value myself, I don't love myself. And I'm not talking about the selfish self-love that I don't care about others. I'm talking about I don't care for my conscious awareness, for who I am deep down, right? It's a healthy self-love. When we are missing some of that, or we're not having enough self-esteem, linked with a certain experience of lack, a void. If I lost something, if I'm missing something, perhaps not lost, but missing, like let's say as a child, I wanted more hugs and I never got hugs. Well, there's a part of me, subconsciously perhaps, that is looking for that missing thing, right? And because I was expecting that thing from the outside, like a hug or a gift or whatever it might be, I'm gonna look for the solution outside, and that often turns into a thing that is gonna make me feel good. Which obviously the world has a lot of possibilities. We can turn to alcohol, we can turn to drugs, to pills, even like official drugs from the doctor, which obviously I'm not against that. If you need it, that's fine, but it's easier to find the answer on an outside source than to actually go inwards and finding why am I not valuing my experience, myself enough, and especially why or what is it that I am missing. I am missing something. Perhaps I lost a friend, and now I'm looking for that, to fill that void. So anyway, those two things are obviously the pillars, the major things to look for when it comes to any addiction. We're trying to change our emotional state. It is an emotional state, and we're talking any kind of addiction that is against what you want, against the outcome that you want. You could be just addicted to sugary drinks, to Coke or whatever, perhaps to junk food, like those things that you go and look for because you're not feeling quite 100%. So ideally, we want to work from the inside out, and once we feel 100%, there's obviously not going to be a need to rely on any outside source. Now, in biomagnetic therapy, we usually find an electromagnetic imbalance in this part. And I cannot really say if it's because there is some kind of blockage between left hemisphere, right hemisphere, and I kind of have an idea, imagine that the right brain being more emotional, it might keep us in that loop that drives us to that substance or that behavior. But it's interesting because we often find that blockage right in the middle, in what we would call the corpus callosum. So what I usually do, I put a south pole magnet on the right side and a north pole magnet on the left side, kind of like that. Or if you have a magnet with two poles in it, then just make sure that you use the north pole on the south pole, or the black part on the right side. So anyway, I just wanted to share that with you. Obviously, the magnets are not going to do the whole job, but there is just a little bit of help if you do want to overcome some kind of behavior, some kind of addiction, simple as it might be. You can always start by identifying the part that you miss, perhaps from the past, and what can you do to feel more more content with yourself. And the beautiful part about this is that it often turns into a positive cycle. Obviously it takes time, but the more you start to pull yourself out of that hole, the better you feel about yourself, and the better you feel about yourself, the easier it becomes to continue that progress. And obviously, like you need to find new addictions that are more aligned with what you want. So for some people that might be yoga or breath work or exercise, but it's fine. Like, you can be addicted to a certain thing as long as it's lined up with what you want, then that's fine. By all means, use it, right? So anyway, I just wanted to share that with you. I hope this helps, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye.
The information provided in this video is for educational and entertainment purposes only and does not substitute for professional medical advice.